Okay, we will get started. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully you're not still stuck inside or snowed in. My car is currently under like 3 feet of snow, so I'm dreading having to dig it out later tonight. Yeah, we will get started. I think I know everybody who's here. A little more of an active practice today. You won't need anything, just maybe some water close to your mat if you'd like. And we will start on our backs, just like usual. Arms and legs nice and wide. Give your shoulders a tuck under. And then just start to settle into your mat. We won't be on our backs for too long since it's just a half-hour class. So just here to find that rhythm of breath. Soften any tension that you're holding on to. Clearing away any distractions that came onto the mat with you this morning. And just try to focus on that rhythm of breath. It's not long inhales through your nose, letting your belly rise. And slower exhales out of the nose, just letting the belly soften, letting the shoulders relax. And just take about 3 more breaths, just like that. And then at the end of your 3rd breath, you can just start to wake yourself up by rocking your head side to side. Wiggle fingers and toes. Give your wrists and ankles a roll. Eventually, just bringing your heels together at the back of the mat. Reach your arms up overhead. Point your toes, take an inhale. Find a full body stretch. And exhale to soften. Good. Do one more like that. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Step the feet onto the floor. Bring your knees in toward your chest. Wrap the arms around the shins and give yourself a squeeze. Good. Thighs hug in. Low back presses into the mat, rocking side to side. Good. Now bring your hands right onto your knees and start to trace nice big circles with your knees. So feeling this in the lower back, just giving yourself a bit of a massage here, and then switch directions. Good, and as you come back through center, lower the feet onto the mat. Either arm reaches up overhead, roll onto that side, and then just hang out here for about 3 or 4 breaths. Just feeling the side of the body getting heavier into the mat and feeling your back body expand as you breathe. And then whenever you are ready, just start to transition into a wide-legged child's pose. Hips to heels, rest the forehead, walk the hands forward. Now let your forehead be heavy. And then just breathing here, opening through the lower back or any areas where you're feeling the majority of the tension. Hips, hip flexors, shoulders, chest. And take about 3 more cycles of breath here, really working those hips back to the heels, stretching the fingertips forward. And at the end of the 3rd breath, start to spread your fingers out really wide, press into the hands, and come forward into a tabletop position. So wrists are beneath your shoulders, knees are under the hips. Take a breath in as you drop the belly down, coming right into cow pose, scooping through your lower back, lift the chin, shoulders back. And exhale, press into the hands, round the spine, and push up right between your shoulder blades, dropping the head. Good. Inhale, belly drops, gaze comes up, shoulders back. And exhale to round it out. Good. Deep breath in, lift up. And exhale, round the spine. And do 2 more. At the end of that last breath, just come back to a neutral spine. You're going to stay in tabletop now. Just curl your toes under, press into the palms, and start to hover your knees just a few inches off the mat. So this is called bear pose. So you're still basically in tabletop, but knees are lifted. Pull the belly in. You should feel the core working here right away. Soften the elbows, press the floor away from you. Make sure you're breathing. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the hips up and back. Get nice and long through the backs of the legs, downward facing dog. Feel free to walk this one out, back and forth, back and forth. And now take the gaze between your hands and just tiptoe your feet toward the top of the mat. Walk the feet out so they are hip distance, so just about 2 fists between the feet if you need to measure. Bend the knees a lot. Let your stomach rest onto your thighs. Good. Release the head and the neck. Maybe sway back and forth. Nodding head yes. Shaking head no. And as you come back through center, bring your hands onto your thighs. Take your time, slowly press yourself up all the way, right to the top of the mat. Good. Arms alongside. Relax the shoulders. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Good. On your inhale, start to reach the arms up overhead. Bend at your knees on your exhale and start to fold forward. Good. Bring the palms to the shins as you inhale. Nice long spine here. Exhale, just fold over your thighs, heavy head. Press into the feet. Inhale, arms come up all the way. And on your exhale, again, bend at the knees as you fold forward. So moving with the breath. Inhale, palms to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, heavy head. Press into the feet, breathing in. We're going to do this a few more times. And exhale, hinging forward all the way. Breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Breathing in, lift up. 2 more. Exhale, hinging forward, finding that rhythm. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding forward. Last one, root into the feet. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, fold. Good. Deep breath in, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Breath in, lift up. This time, leave the arms up overhead. On your exhale, interlace the fingers. So you're interlacing and releasing your index fingers. Soften the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, come up and over to either side. Good. Breath in, come back through center. Exhale, change. So moving with the breath, inhale, lift. Exhale to reach. Keep moving, keep the core engaged. Heavy tailbone. Should feel the sides here opening up as you reach over. Good. 1 more on each side. And then as you come back through center, separate the hands, keep the legs right together. Sit the hips back and down. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see. So we're going to move with the breath again here. So on the inhale, sweep the arms back, straighten the legs, long spine. Exhale, bend the knees, reach forward and up. Good. Inhale, sweep it back. Feel that hamstring stretch. Exhale, sit low, lift up again. Find that rhythm. Deep breath in. Long breath out. 3 more here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing through the nose. Good. 2 more. Breath in, lengthen. Breath out. Sit down, lift up. Good. Last one. Inhale. Now on your exhale here, you're going to stay. Bring the hands to heart center. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, you're going to twist to either side. So you're going to bring the outside hand to the opposite thigh, and then the other hand to the low back. So see how the knees are even here. You don't want one knee shifting forward. So just check down. Make sure that's not happening. If it is, just pull that outside hip back. So belly pulls in. Good. Rolling the chest open. We're just here for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale brings you back. Straighten the legs, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Sit low. So we're going right into the opposite side. Breath in, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good. Hips sit down nice and low here. Belly pulls in. So the more you pull the belly up and in, the more space you're going to have to twist open to that side. Good. Stay with the breath. Bring the hips down 2 more inches. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Press into the feet. Lift up, straighten the legs. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, just lower the arms alongside. Take a deep breath in. And an easy breath out. Okay, walk the feet so they are about hip distance apart. I'm just going to grab a sip of water quickly. So feet are, again, hip distance apart, about 6 inches. Take the hands onto the hips, soften the knees, and then start to fold forward. Hands come down to the mat. All right, take an inhale as you halfway lift, bring the palms to the shins. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step your left foot all the way back. So you're right on the ball of that back foot, the heel is lifted high. Hands come to that right thigh, find your balance, and then sweep those arms back behind you, runner's lunge. Right hip pulls back, left hip pushes forward. Navel hugs in. Okay, every breath in, think about getting longer through your spine. Exhale, lunging deeper. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, take an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Now on your exhale, open up into a warrior 2. So your back foot comes parallel to the back edge of the mat. Right toes point toward 12 o'clock. Arms come out to a T, and now start to lunge. Okay, you want to keep your arms shoulder height, so watch that back arm doesn't start to drop down. And navel hugs up and in. Every exhale brings you a little bit deeper into the lunge. Okay, now we're going to move with the breath here. So on the inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, straighten the right leg, look up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, come back to your warrior 2. So inhale, press into the feet, lift up, reach up. And exhale, you lunge. 3 more, deep breath in. Long breath out. Last 2, inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath in. And breath out. Take the hands onto the hips. Straighten the right leg. Turn all 10 toes to that left side. So you want your feet to either be parallel or you can turn your toes in slightly. If you know you're tight in the hamstrings, bend your knees here right away. We're going to start to fold forward. Now we want to fold forward with a flat back. So if you're doing this, bend the knees even more until your spine straightens. We don't want to feel this at all in our lower backs, just into the hamstrings. Every breath in, try to find a little bit of length. Exhale, hinging forward. Got about 4 more cycles here. And then at the end of the 4th breath, just walk your hands back under the face. Bend the knees a lot, hands to thighs. Carefully and slowly, just press yourself up all the way. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And heel toe that left foot toward the right. So you're coming toward the top of the mat. Turn to face the front. Step forward. Feet are hip distance again. We'll do the opposite side. So soften those knees, folding forward. Take a breath in, halfway lift. On the exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot all the way back. And so back heel is high. Hands to front thigh to find your balance. Sweep them back behind you. Whenever you're ready, runner's lunge. So you're right on the ball of that back foot. You should feel the thighs working here right away. Every exhale takes you a little bit deeper. And on the breath in, arms lift up. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. So left toes point forward, right foot is parallel to the back of the mat, lunging deep into that left side. Breathing in, finding that length. Exhale, lunge. We're going to start to move with the breath here. So inhale, reach up, straighten the left leg, look up. Exhale, lunge. Breath in, rise up. Exhale, deepen. 3 more here. Try to stay with that pace, stay with that rhythm. Okay, last 2. And 1 more here, inhale. And exhale. Take your hands onto the hips, straighten the left leg. This time turn the toes to the right side. Soften those knees and fold forward. So you've been here before, maybe going a little bit deeper on this side. I'm just here for about 5 cycles of breath. So at the end of the 5th breath, a little bit of a different transition. You're going to start to walk your hands to the top of the mat, turn the toes forward, step back to a downward facing dog. Walk it out. And then start to walk your hands toward your feet. So you're walking your hands toward the back of the mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees a lot, bring your hands to your thighs, and then slowly start to press yourself up. You can stay at the back of the mat if you like. You can come to the middle of the mat. You're going to take your hands onto your hips. Weight is into the right foot. Lift that left heel, turn the knee open, and place the foot anywhere along the inner leg for tree pose. Square off the hips. You want both of your hips pointing forward. Make sure that left hip isn't way higher than the right. If it is, just bring your foot down a little bit lower. Hands come in front of the chest. And it helps to focus your gaze on one unmoving object. So that's going to help you to balance here. Bit of pressure between the palms. Feel your shoulders roll back. Awesome. Hands to hips. Knee comes forward. Step down. Transfer the weight into the left foot. Right heel lifts. You're moving right into the opposite side of tree. So about 3 more cycles of breath here. At the end of the third breath, hands to hips, knee comes forward, step down. Take an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And on your exhale, just bring your hands to your heart. Just gonna do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Long breath out. This time, inhale, reach up. On your exhale, bend the knees, folding forward all the way. Palms to shins on the inhale. On your exhale, plant the hands and bring your knees down onto the mat. You can have a seat onto your heels. Good time to grab a sip of water if you need one. So we're not going to be seated for too long. I'll be doing this just from sitting onto my heels, but if that's not comfortable, you can sit onto just onto your mat, cross-legged, legs extended, onto a cushion. Just a little bit of upper body stuff before we finish. So you're going to inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And now on your exhale, you're going to reach the left arm behind you, the right arm forward as you turn to the left side. So just to your range of motion. So inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, switch. So right arm reaches back, left arm forward, turning to the right. Good. Breathe in, come back. Exhale to the left. And you don't want to really force yourself into anything. You're just coming to your range of motion. Inhale, lift. Draw the navel in as you exhale and twist. Good. Breath in. Breath out. And do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, take a breath in, come back through center. Interlace your hands on your exhale and bring your arms out in front of you. Elbows are wide, chin to the chest, and then try to draw those elbows out to the side walls. So feel that stretch across the tops of the shoulders, between your shoulder blades. Maybe lean back slightly to deepen. Okay, now release that, reach behind, little counter pose. You're going to interlace your hands, press the knuckles to the wall behind you. Just gently press your chest forward. Take about 3 deep breaths here. And end of the third breath, let that go. Chin to chest, one more before we come to lay down. Slowly and carefully just rocking the head side to side. Okay, and as you come back through center, if you're sitting onto your heels, just swing your legs out from underneath of you. Plant the feet onto the floor. I'm just going to check our time. Perfect. And then slowly start to come down onto your back, hugging the thighs into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And now keep the right knee hugged in. Extend your left leg out. And we're going to come into a twist here. So left hand comes to the outside of the right thigh. Start to draw the thigh across. Good. Right arm reaches away. Shoulders are heavy. And take some really deep breaths here. Good. Make your way back through center. Both knees hug in just to reset before the opposite side. And then left knee in, right leg long. Right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Moving into that same spinal twist. And make your way back through center. Hug those thighs in again. And now lower the feet onto the floor. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open. You can bring the right hand to your stomach and take the left hand to your chest. Tuck the shoulders under. And close your eyes here. And just focusing on your breathing here. So feeling your chest and your stomach rising and falling underneath your hands. Feeling your knees and your thighs getting heavier with every exhale. So you're welcome to stay like this if you like, or just beginning to extend your legs, reaching your heels toward the corners of the mat. Make any last adjustments so you can just settle for the last minute or so, letting your body relax completely. Just absorbing all the benefits of everything that we just moved through. Just giving yourself that stillness, that space before you head out into your day, whatever you have planned today. Just noticing your breath coming back to its natural rhythm, its natural pace. So this is where I will leave you all this morning. As always, just try to move slowly when you do get up from your mat. And I will see you next week, Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. for a slow, gentle class to start the day. I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday.
Thank you, Annie.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Of course, my pleasure. Thanks for coming.